So hello and welcome to this day 5 of this workshop series. So today we will be going to learn about the Bootstrap. So till now we have learned about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript and how we can make responsive website design in the yesterday, which is a day 4. So in day 5 we will be learning about the Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is a nice framework actually. So what it does, it has some pre-written codes which is already written on the website, and what we are doing is to just pulling that code in our web page. So the first we will start, what is Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is the most popular CSS framework. Basically it's a simple CSS framework to make mobile friendly website. So what is mobile friendly website? On the yesterday workshop we have discussed about what are the mobile friendly websites, which we like if we go on the youtube.com and we see on the desktop, like if we are using desktop version of the youtube.com, then we see many videos aligned in the row. Like on the row itself it has 5 or 6 column, it has 5 or 6 videos. But if we are moving towards the youtube.com in the mobile, then we can see on the, like on the first screen we are getting 2 or 3 videos on the thumbnail. Like the thumbnail of the video, we are getting 2 and 3. So it is shifting according to mobile friendliness. So that's how the website works when it is desktop, and as well as it reacts when it molded towards on the mobile view. So this Bootstrap framework provide us to do, this is a very powerful framework. It doesn't require any skills, like you need to require any like some skills of HTML CSS, but it has only the pre-written code, so we don't need to write much code because it is doing all the work. It is making our website more responsive. It is writing all the code which we are using in our JavaScript, and also it is making our website responsive. Okay, so till now we know what is Bootstrap. So let's just get into the editor. And now I have opened my code editor. So this is the Bootstrap folder, in which I have only the 3 images, one, two, A, B, and C. We will see how we're gonna use this file. So let's just create index.html. And now I have just created index.html file. And I'm not gonna writing a single code of HTML. So what I'm gonna do is to just taking the code from the Bootstrap. So this is the best thing about the Bootstrap. If I go to this here, and this is the website Get Bootstrap. This is the official website of the Bootstrap, from which we can take the link. So you just need to click on the Get Started. So on the Get Started, we have a lot of options, like from the introduction, quick start, CS. So this is CSS. If we only want to use the CSS, then this is the code. And if we only want to use the JavaScript, then also it has a link of this CDN link. But as a starting, as a beginner, we don't know what to use and when to use. So we will be using this our starter template. Okay, so this is the starter template, which has a very introductory code for the Bootstrap. It has the CSS code and as well as the JavaScript code and all the additional code. If we need to make it uncomment, then we will uncomment it. But for now, as far as in today workshop, we don't need to uncomment it because we will be making a simple blogging website. So it just need to make a simple CSS and a little bit of JavaScript, and we don't need to create a separate file. This is the main thing about the Bootstrap. It is doing all the work itself, and we just need to import the code from it. So just copy this link, and I'm going to my code editor and pasting it. So just save this, and in this Bootstrap file folder, I have this index.html which I have recently created. So I'm just opening it. So right now I have this hello world, which I haven't written, but it come along with the Bootstrap itself. So this is, so here it is, hello world. So let me just make some spaces so that we can see it clearly where from where our body starts here. Okay. And on the title, we are going to write Bootstrap because today we are learning Bootstrap. So Bootstrap and let's say a blogging. From the day one, what we were doing, we just first we were learning and then we will creating our project. But today we since we are using a bootstrap, so we don't need to learn first. We don't need to like first learn the bootstrap and then implement. We will learn by implementing it. Okay, so we will start creating our blogging website from the very scratch. So whenever you go any website and all, so you see first what we will see a nav bar, a navigation bar where the logo came and the search bar came. So the first thing which we look at is the nav bar. So also we will be creating that also. So I will go here and first I will search for the navigation bar because I want to implement it first. So the for navigation bar I know it is on that component. So if you don't know about the documentation where and what the thing which you are looking for, so you can simply type on search and you can just simply search nav bar, then enter. So here's the nav bar came. So if you don't know like on which content on the which tab the content is here, so just type on search bar and you will get the points. So now we have the nav bar. So we will just scroll it down. So this is a simple nav bar. So just copy this code. So this is whole the source code which the bootstrap which giving us. We don't need to write any of the code. The bootstrap itself is giving our code. So just copy this and you will also see one thing here. I'm copying the code and just pasting this here. So this whole source, let me just make this here. Okay. So this is the whole code of our navigation by the bootstrap. So just I'm going again to my website and just refresh this. So now as you can see, let me just make it bigger so that we can see it clearly. So now we can see this is a nav bar is came, but I haven't applied any HTML. I applied, but I copied from the bootstrap. So here I just applied the HTML, but we haven't applied the CSS yet. So why this is color is came from? Where this color is came like coming from? So this is because of our bootstrap. So in the starting I have explained it is a CSS framework. So what it means? So CSS it's what it is doing. It is it has a pre-written code in CSS. Let me show you. This is the pre-written code. So just I'm copying this, opening it in another tab and enter. Here, as you can see, we have the all the HTML, all the CSS file, all the class itself. So this is whole source code of the Bootstrap in CSS. What we are doing, we are calling it from our website so that we can use it. So if I zoom it a little bit more, so you can see here this is a hash code and it is calling a red, this orange color, and if you see the box sizing, the box media query for responsiveness. So it is all about that. It has a pre-written code in the CSS. So what we are doing, we are just calling that website to just come out on our web page and let me use your content. That's it. So this is that was the link from where our CSS was coming from. It is called the bootstrap.men.css and this is the path of the website. So with the help of Bootstrap, we don't need to write any CSS, but we need to give the link of the CSS which we are using. So till now we have created the navbar. Let's say I want to like update this navbar because I don't like this navbar. It is not matching with my requirement. So I can do that. So on the top I have the navbar expand large. So it is to give it a full length, full width of the like the website. And this is the navbar light. It means the content of the navbar is light. So we need a darker mode. So it is a dark. Let me just make it a blue and just save this. And if I go back and refresh, okay, white, okay, so blue. So I need to write the primary. I've got it. I need to write a primary. So so what I changed here, I changed BG from light. Earlier it was written light, and I cut the light and I wrote primary. And I just make this and refresh this. So now blue color came. So when I write blue color, the blue color was not coming. But as soon as I write primary, it is coming. So why is it happening? Because of the Bootstrap. Bootstrap has its own color. We can say the color keys. So if I go here and just simply type color, we can see it has its own color codes, which we need to define if we are using it. So if we want to use a blue color, then we need to write primary. You can see here as well all the colors. If we want to give it a blue color, then we can simply write primary. For green, success. For gray, secondary. Danger, warning, info. Light, dark, and as well. So for now, you just need to like remember two or three colors because it is way common. So green is also defined success itself. Warning is for green. Danger for red. Primary blue, and dark light is it's a common. So that's how you can change the color. So let's say I want to make it a darker. This blue is not uh, looking good, so I want to make it a dark. So I made it dark. If this and again refreshing it, so it is a dark, but the text on the nav bar it is not. It is also showing the dark. So I need to make it light. So how can I do that? I just need to write dark here. If this again and then refresh this. So now it is coming nav home link, and this is a drop down menu which came from Bootstrap itself, the template from, and you can search anything from here. Okay. Now I want to change this nav bar on the content of the page. So how can I do that? Simple. Here's the nav bar. If I write, uh, let's say a blogger, save this file, then tab and then refresh. So now it is written blogger. So that's how you can change the content of the page. So let me do one thing more here. From home, since it is a blogging website, so and we are a developer, so we will be typing a developer project, or you can say our web project, our web project. And if I type here, if I change the tab and refresh this, so now the web project is came. So we have four types as well. The first is the simple link, active link. Second is the simple link. Third is drop down, and the fourth is disabled. Disabled means uh, it can't be used by the user. It will be there, but it will be useless because it doesn't have any feature. It's just a text with a simple text, and it can't do nothing. So we don't need it in our blogging website. So we will be just removing this disable button. So this is a disable button. I have found it. So instead of removing it, I just making it comment that in case if in case I want to use it in the future, then we can use it. We don't need to define, and we don't need to relocate like where the disable button was in the past, and now I want to make it on the right position. So it is better to comment it rather than removing it from your code. But if you are sure that like in the future you're not going to make it again, so you can remove it as well. So I'm changing it and then refresh this. So the disable button gone. So I will be changing these two as well. Let's say from the action I will be typing web. I'm not typing the full name. So let's type the full name website, or I can say a web dev. Second, let's say android android dev. And the third, all projects. Save this and again going to here and refresh. So drop down web dev, Android dev, and all projects. So instead of making this written drop down, I want to change it as well. So I can write technologies and save this and refresh. So now I have this written technologies, and if I click on this drop down, I got this. Okay, so now our nav bar is ready. So I want to also do the one thing, which is a carousel. It is a whole variety of thing. If you go here, like not on the customized on the components, we have alerts, badge, breadcrumbs, buttons, card, carousel, and close button, drop downs. We have a lot of things here. So I will be introducing you five or six things in this workshop, so that after doing these five or six things, you will be able to like learn other things as well. You will know how you can continue from here. Okay, so let's just open the carousel, and this is the carousel which we need to apply. This is called the carousel, and let's say the good one here. This is good. So for this we have below copy code, and I want to paste it under the navbar. Okay, so just paste this here. So now our carousel has been pasted. So let me just go to my website, this, and then refresh. So now our carousel is not coming because it was this, because we haven't applied any, like you can say, a source, the source itself, because it is not defining our image. We need some image to put it on our carousel. So to take the images, I have this unsplash source. So unsplash source is, you can say, a website which also provide an API. If It's all free. You can take images, videos from here, and you can use it anywhere you want. So by so right now I'm using this, and this is search item, and this. Right now I'm just making it, copying things, copy, and this is all, paste here, control save, and then go back to our website and then refresh. It will take some time, so it is a way bigger than we were thinking. So we need to make it smaller. So again, just go to here and make this image a little more smaller. So let's say a 600 pixel, change from 9 to 600 pixels, and 600 pixels. So what it is doing, the width of 600 pixels and the height of 1600, the width is 1600 and the height is 600. So these all are same. Just save this file and then go back to our website and then refresh. Since we are using an API, so it will take a little time to reload. Yeah, so this is our carousel. If I click on the right side, you can see my mouse hovering over on the right side. If I click this, so it is moving from right to left. So this is how our carousel works. We have many type of carousels here. Not if you want to show the content over there, so it has also written this. And if you it also has a fade out feature. If you want, just observe here from the second, then third, and then first. So it has a fade feature, and it has many features as well. You can like explore them and see what more features it is required to look good for your website. Okay, so now for the blogging website, we have our navbar, our carousel, and the next thing we want is to show the content, like how many blogs you have written. So for that, we have cards. So this is a card which we can click on it, card, and these are the many type of card which we can use. So this is called the card. It is simple card. It consisting of some images on the top, a little title, some description of it, and the way to where, if you want to go, if you want to read further this, then it should be the click button. Then yes, go on the next page and read about it in the brief. So this is called the card. So we don't want actually one card. We want many cards. So I will be just scrolling down so that we can see how much card we have. Okay, so this is a whole variety of cards. You can see it has a colorful cards as well, which have a background of colorful, and the light blue black as well. The border itself. Okay, like it has an idea. Okay, so these are the card group which I wanted. So these are called the card groups, because we right now we are making our blogging website, and we want these type of cards to show our content, like how, like uh, these are the things which I have written. the blog 1, blog 2, blog 3, or you can say a title of your projects. So let me just take something. This is looking a little nice, so just I'm copying it. I'm copying this, okay, and going here again, and after giving some enters, paste this. I can do one thing here, uh, just making it smaller so that we can see. Okay, so this is our navbar. I just shrinked it with the feature of VS Code from this to this, and I did same thing with carousel. And this is this we have carousel like the cards we have. So I saved the file, and then I'm going back to my website and then refresh this. Okay, waiting for some time. Okay, so our two things have been loaded successfully, which is navbar and carousel, but our cards is not loading because the images which we have is, I think, they're not defined. Yes, the source is blank. So we need to give some images it. This, okay, and this. So for that, I have already saved the file for it. The a.png, p.png, and c.png. So that's why I just saved it initially so that we don't need to download it in between. So a.png we have, and I given the source, and now I will reload it. So now we have loaded our navbar. In some time we will get our carousel as well, and and this is how your cards will look. So right now it is looking a little ugly because it is attached to from the carousel and from the border itself. So also we have the bootstrap power, so we can change it by applying div. Oh wait, okay. So since we have a bootstrap, so I will apply class and container and see what will container do. And inside this container, I want to write whole source code of it. So I applied this, save this, and just format the document, and then again save this. I'm going back to my website and then refresh. So now it is looking a little much better from the earlier version, because from the left and right it is making some sense that okay, so we have some margin from our like for our cards, or we can say we have margin for our blogging content. Okay, but still we don't have margin from the top. Okay, so for that, if we don't have any idea like how we can take margin from above, so you are allowed to use some CSS as well, because we can't use so we actually we don't need to depend on the bootstrap all the way. We can apply our CSS as well. So what we will do, I will also write our own class, which is like naming the name card box. Okay, saving this file and save this. And also I'm creating a new file which is called a style.css. In this style.css, I will be writing our class name and then enter. And I will be giving the margin from the top because I want just some margin from the top. And let's say I want margin from top, which is a 50 pixels. Okay, now I'm going back to my websites and then refresh. It will take some time. Okay, still nothing happens. Why? Because we haven't linked our CSS yet. So we need to link our CSS as well, because we have linked Bootstrap CSS. So we also need to link our CSS. So I will type style.css, then save this again and go back to our website again, reload. So now you can see here initially it got the margin from the top. So that's how you can always apply your own CSS as well. But still it is not looking that good. So I will also give some CSS as well. Make it, let's say, a 70. Save this again and then refresh. So now it is acceptable. It is a little, yeah, now it is little acceptable. So that's how you can use cards, and you can also use our CSS as well. So Right now I have these four cards. I want six cards, so I will be just copy pasting some of them. So yeah, this is our one card. So I will be just copying it from here. I will just paste two. Now save this again, go back to my website and then refresh. Now I have this six cards. So for a blogging website, we have three things. The first is navbar, second carousel. On the carousel, you can write anything you want. As I have showed you, you can write anything you want. If I go to carousel, and here- from here, you can write anything you want. You just need to copy this code and just change the content. It's up to you how how much you can want to change your websites. So it's all up to you. So any questions about this, like the navbar, component, carousel, and the container which we have used in our Bootstrap? Okay, okay, good. So now we have done our blogging website. It's not fully made for the blogging because we haven't applied any content here. As I told you, it's up to you. You can change your content any way you like. So okay, so first I will be changing the first card for you so that you can take the like some idea how we can change our card for our blogging website. So instead of writing card, we can write, let's say, our first blogging website. Okay. So this is the title, and this is some text. So let's just remain it itself. Okay. Let's reload this. And now our first blogging website. And let's say I want to change this as well, this picture as well. So I have this tree, and then save this. Again, I will go here and then refresh. So I change this, our first blogging website. So that's how you can change this content. And as I told you initially, this Bootstrap is responsive. So what responsive? It will also redesign itself by the mobile view. So if I do this, so as you can see, let me just make it from the beginning so that we can observe clearly what is happening. Okay. So right now, as you observe, just observe this navbar. As soon as I just decrease the length, okay, now it is the iPad view. So in iPad view, the navbar would be a menu, and if you click on this, the navbar will come out like that way. So this is the responsiveness of the website. How your website react by opening in different devices. So if I move on towards the mobile view, so that's how your mobile view will look. And this is the navbar. And if I again move forward to the desktop view, and it will look like this. So this is the power of Bootstrap. That's how you can manipulate these websites, like in any website. Right now we are making a blogging website. If you want to create your personal website, you can say a portfolio website, then you can also apply these features, or you can also you can use these Bootstrap features as well. But just remember, uh, we don't need to depend on the Bootstrap because it is a some it will just give you a some responsiveness and will give you some features. Just you don't need to write all the source code because it is not productive for the developer. So it is just to increase your some productivity so that we can work um, in we can be more productive in less time. So that's why the motive of the Bootstrap came out. So now we have, so on the website we have three things. So on the last thing we just need to apply is footer. So how we can apply footer? So for that we have this footer. So right now I don't have any idea from where the footer is belong. So what I will be typing here, just on the search bar I will type footer and enter. So I think the footer is not it was not there. So it I need to take it from the custom components. So I'm just taking a random guess. Okay, so let's take this blogging website, and okay, so I want this footer. So what I will be doing, just right click on the mouse on this content, just right click and click on the inspect. So on the inspect, uh, we need some HTML. We don't need CSS because the Bootstrap is doing its work. So this is the footer. Right click on this footer and click on edit as HTML. So click on this edit as HTML and copy this whole footer. Control A, Control C. So that's how you copy the footer. So what I did here, I just copied all footer content and I will be typing. Let me just shrink it. Okay. So now I applied the footer and save this. I'm going to my blogging website and refresh it. So now at the end, you will see our footer has come. So why? So it should be in the middle. So why it is in the middle? Let's see. Okay, so we have blog footer. Hmm. Okay, so I think it is not working here. So let's just take another blogging. Go back and let's just take this carousel. Okay, this is a simple one. Okay, so we can take this. Okay, so just right click on this and click inspect and this, yeah, this here footer. So just simply again right click on it, edit as HTML and copy this code editor. I'm going to code editor and paste this, save this again and going back to my website and just refresh. Okay, so it has been noted. So now I'm going down. Okay, so now we have this footer, but this footer is not looking as good as we were thinking. So again, we will change it. So by for changing it, I just need some padding. So okay, so I also apply the card box here. Card box because it is already defined by our CSS. So and we also need some space from the top. So I applied it. So just refresh this and going down. So now this is our footer is going to look like. Okay, but our carousel is looking a little bigger. So why is that? Let's just see the code. This is the carousel and 600, 600, 600. It is all fine. Then why it is looking like this? Just reload it again. We couldn't find that photo. Okay, so I think this APIs are not working a little bit because initially it was giving us a nice pictures, but right now it is not giving. So maybe there is some little issue. Okay, so it happens with the APIs. You and especially in the Unsplash APIs, it happens sometimes. Okay, so we will try after some time and it will work. So right now uh, we have made our own blog with the use of Bootstrap, and we know get some idea about what is Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a CSS framework which we use to build our website, or it has also some abilities to increase the productivity of the developer and give the responsiveness to the website. And like by using this Bootstrap framework, we can also build a fully functional website as well, but only the front end. The Bootstrap is only provide us a front end part. It doesn't work on the back end. So, so this is the only thing which we have built till now by using the Bootstrap, and it has also some features as well. So if I cut it and going, let's just back it, and again I'm going to documentation. So now if I go to a utilities, so it has a whole variety of things which you if you want to change anything. So let's take a colors itself. Initially we talked about the colors. So if you want to change any colors and all the text color, so it has the primary, success, danger, warning as well. So again we also have some features as well. Let's say we also have the badges. So where it is, yeah, here. So this is called the badge. So if you want to apply these badges, let me just pick one and copy this here. And again, I'm going to my navbar and let's just paste it after the link. Yes, paste it after the link, save this. And if I get back to my website and as soon as I refresh this, new badge will come. If I refresh this, so now you can see this after this link, new badge is coming, but it is looking a little ugly because it is like it doesn't have any space or margin from a link. So we can give, sorry, we can give this link, we can give this space as well. Let's just try if it if it work. Okay, so it is working. So that's how you can work on temporary basis if you want to. But uh, if you are applying CSS, if you are working on a project, then don't apply these spaces, because from the from the temporary basis, I just applied these spaces and it worked. But if you're working on a project, you have to apply some class to give some CSS, because it doesn't work all the way. Okay, so let us see if it is responsive or not. So I'm just shrinking this to the mobile view. So now it is carousel is looking like this. Okay, so this is how our card looks, and this is our nav bar. So as you can see, so this badge is indicating that okay, so we have a new feature on our website. So a user will get to know that okay, the owner of the website has some new content for me, and this is the content, and the or we can say this is a link which we need to which I need to click to grab some new content which is required by which is uh, presented by the website owner. So just making on the desktop mode again. Also I want to notice you one thing. I'm just copied this and again just pasting it, pasting it on your website. Okay, okay, so I have this. Well, let me just make it a little smaller. Okay, here, and again opening this and this. Okay, so now you can clearly see on the mobile version. Uh, okay, here. Okay, so now you can clearly see on our mobile version, our Blogger website is looking a little bit good for our mobile view, but on the desktop view, it is looking for a desktop view and the content of the page. And just observe this. On the desktop view, we have three cards on our desktop page on the front in a row, but on the mobile view we have only the one content is showing at a time. So that's how a responsive web design work on our website. It is making the content more and more responsive towards the devices which we are using. Okay, but if I increase this, see, the content is redesign itself to make it, or we can say the view it on the desktop mode. So that's how this responsiveness works. So this Bootstrap has a great ability. I'm highlighting this responsiveness of the website again and again because Bootstrap is the only not the only. Bootstrap has a very great power to build these type of responsive websites, and this is a very popular CSS framework which is used and which is majorly used by the developers. So that's how you can create your blogging website. So we have done our blogging website. You can change the content as well. I haven't changed any content, like I haven't write anything on the pages, or I haven't written anything on the blogging website, because it is up to you. You can change it as well, because if you want to write a technology website, or I can say the technology blog, then your first project, then your second, third, fourth, so far and so forth. So you can apply these. Just go to the HTML file, change the content. If I go to, so you, if I where, so where are cards? Okay, here. So if you want to apply some, if you want to change some content, if you want to apply some content, or if you want to change your website looks, you can do it by applying some CSS of your own, or if Bootstrap has some features, then you can use it as well. And and if it is about the changing content, then you can also apply these as well. So that was about the blogging website, how you can make your own blogging website using the Bootstrap framework. So any questions about this, this Bootstrap framework, like how we use that particular navbar, or any container, or any of the term which you didn't get? Okay, so I will be giving you this whole source code. We don't want it, but I will give you the this whole source code, so that if you want to if you want to have some idea from it, then you can get it. The images also, I will give you the images, and earlier I give you the doc file of the dice game. So from uh, I will be uploading the same, like the same within the same folder, so that you can access it from here. Or I can say, or I should like, okay, so I will make a separate folder. I will give you the link. Okay. Okay. So till now we made our blogging website, and after this we will be having a quiz on our Bootstrap. It has a very simple questions, so I think you should join it. After the 5 minutes, you will get a quiz link. So please join it. And thank you so much for joining today's workshop. Tomorrow we will be learning about the GitHub. So this website, this our blogging was right now on the locally, but on the tomorrow session we will be making it online. So we are hosting our website on the servers of the GitHub servers, so that we can see it on the internet. Right now it is on our device, but after tomorrow's session you will be able to host your website on the internet. So join tomorrow's session as well, and thank you so much for joining.